Years before, a young Suzume was walking alone through a field, seeking out her mother. As Suzume begins to cry, a figure of a woman approaches her, smiling. Suzume, now older, awakens from her dream. Suzume was a teenager living in Kyushu with her aunt Tamaki at the time. She begins walking to school when she meets Sota Munakata. When he asks Suzume if she knows of any ruins in the area, she points him to an abandoned onsen resort. When Suzume arrives at school and sees her friend Aya, she can't get Sota out of her head because she believes she has met him before. Suzume dashes towards the onsen and discovers a door in the center of the space. When she opens it, a starry field known as the Ever After appears, but Suzume is unable to enter and instead walks through the doorway. She then discovers a little cat statue that begins to unfreeze before transforming into an ordinary cat that flees. Suzume returns to school, but there is a little earthquake in the region. A spinning vortex arises that only Suzume can perceive moments later. She dashes back to the onsen, where she notices Sota fighting to shut the door. Suzume rushes to his aid, and he uses a key to seal the thing known as the worm back into the door, causing its essence to go off into the rain. Suzume transports Sota back to her place since he is wounded. He tells Suzume that he is closer and that he must keep the worm away before it can strike the earth. The previous cat appeared at Suzume's window, thin and sickly. She feeds it fish, and the cat communicates with Suzume, saying he likes her. The cat glances at Sota and informs him that he is in the way before transforming him into a three-legged chair that Suzume keeps in her room. The cat flees, and Sota begins to chase him, forcing Suzume to pursue them both. Suzume and Sota follow the cat onto a boat, but he jumps aboard the next passing ship bound towards Ain. Others observe the unusual running chair on the streets. Suzume searches social media and discovers that many people have seen the cat and have collectively called it Daijin. Sota says that Daijin was the cornerstone that kept the worm shut away, and that Suzume's removal of it enabled the worm to begin to emerge. Suzume and Sota pass by a girl, Chika Amabe, Rosalie Chiang, who is distributing oranges on her motorbike, but they fall off and start rolling down the hill. Suzume and Sota catch the oranges with a torp, which Chika appreciates. Soon after, the two notice the worm emerging from another doorway in Shikoku, so Chika takes them there. The entryway may be found in an abandoned school. Sota advises Suzume that she must sense the souls of individuals who have lived in the region to seal the door. Suzume does so and senses their memories, allowing them to shut the door. Suzume and Sota split off with Chika as they track down Daijin and tried to catch up with him. Suzume is picked up by a woman named Rumi and her two children on their trip to Kobe. Rumi allows Suzume to remain with them for a short time while she helps around the bar Rumi runs. The youngsters pretend to be clever robot dolls who move and communicate when they play with Sota. Suzume and Sota spy on Daijin and chase after him while working at the bar with Rumi's friend and co-worker, Miki. The two chase Daijin to an abandoned amusement park, where another gateway has appeared, allowing the worm to escape. When they try to close the doorway, the lights in the park turn on, drawing the attention of nearby residents. The Ferris wheel at the entryway begins to spin, making it more difficult for Suzume to close it. Sota follows Daijin and knocks him down, demanding that he return to human form, but Daijin informs him that there is something he hasn't figured out yet. Suzume closes the door. Sota comes upon her on his way down from the top of the Ferris wheel. They return to Rumi's house for a short while before leaving her. Suzume subsequently takes Sota to his Tokyo flat, where he discusses the worm's history and reputation. Namazu is its name, and if freed from the Tokyo gate, it might wreak havoc. He also discusses the ever after, which is where spirits go after death. Soon after, a young guy named Tomoya Serizawa knocks on the door. He adds that Sota failed his physician's test, for which he is preparing, and that he owes Serizawa money. Daijin has been spotted again, and the Tokyo gate has been unlocked. The worm is getting closer to totally releasing and landing in Tokyo. Daijin explains that he arranged for Sota to become the new keystone so that he could be with Suzume. Sota accepts his fate and is transformed into a keystone in Suzume's hands. She lowers him onto the worm, resealing the portal, but loses Sota in the process. Suzume shouts at Daijin to go, which upsets him. Suzume pays a visit to Sota's grandfather, Hitsujiro, in the hospital after hearing about him from Sota. She describes how she knows Sota, and Hitsujiro discusses the worm and the gates as well. He tells her that the fact that she can see the worm and the doors indicates that she has already visited the ever after as a kid. Suzume has grown to care passionately about Sota, and Hitsujiro informs her that there is a method for humans to reach the ever after, which is the same region that Suzume initially arrived in, and she can save Sota that way. Suzume is about to depart when she is discovered by Tamaki, who has been seeking her for several days. Serizawa discovers them as well, and the two join him in his search for Sota. They stop at a rest stop along the road, and Suzume and Tamaki argue over why Tamaki doesn't want to adopt Suzume as her own even though she is her sister's child. Suzume realizes Tamaki is under the control of Daijin, the second keystone, who appears as a bigger black cat than Daijin. Tamaki takes Suzume to her former home in a town ravaged by a tsunami, which killed Suzume's mother. There, they discover the portal through which Suzume can enter the ever after with Daijin and Daijin. Daijin transforms into a more powerful beast form to confront the worm, who is attempting to escape through the gate. Suzume discovers Sota, who is still as immobile as a chair. Daijin accepts his fate and returns to being a keystone so that Sota can return to his human form, but not before asking Suzume to re-establish him with her own hands. She does so, and the worm returns to its original location. Suzume soon looks out and sees herself as a youngster from the moment she first reached ever after. While she is saddened by the loss of her mother, the older Suzume assures her younger self that she will have a bright future and that she will find true love with Sota. She hands her the chair that Sota had become, which her mother had crafted for her when she was a child. Suzume and Sota then leave the ever after, thereby closing it down. Sota departs Suzume to resume his work as a closer, but he pledges to return. Suzume reunites with Tamaki and subsequently introduces her to Rumi and Miki before relocating Chika. Suzume is also continuing her education. Later, she runs into Sota on the same route where they originally met, and she feels happy to see him, and the movie ends. Subscribe for more videos like this. Turn on notifications and leave a like to help the channel out. Thank you for watching.